YouTube. Oh, panic there. It said live streaming is not available. Appears to be. I could probably move that a little bit, couldn't I? Oh, it's 2001. A wee bit late. This is British summertime now, so... Right, where is my cursor? It's there, so if I make that a little bit bigger. That's not really making it bigger though, is it? Let's make it bigger. If there's any point in doing that at all, I don't know. And then pop up is... Whoa, bang. And now I can see it. Hey, Victory House, how's it going? Good evening. I don't know if everyone will turn up. Some people are on a different time zone. Are we on? Are we on? Oh, messages. Yep. See, I mean, that's why you're all here. Also, I seem to have cut myself the top of my head off a little bit. I go to top chat, live chat. There we go. Hey, Stevie Zero. It's mad though. It's like it's still daylight outside. There you go. It just seems to get. I suppose it just seems such a fast time from when you start going. Oh, it starts to get lighter till it just gets lighter and lighter and lighter really quickly. It's got Bindi. I was getting sort of mad. No, but the crowd says, I don't know, is it? I was told so that kids didn't go to school when it was dark in the morning. I don't know. Why don't we just, like, why not just do everything an hour earlier? Like, it's dark over here. Did you grow, man? Yeah, I think I maybe am I standing closer to the TV? Am I normally more like here? I think that's probably what happened. Hey, Mr. White Snake. Are you dark already or something? There you go. It's not exactly super daylight. And to be honest, the light... no, I think I'm going to get some sun in the summer. Cheers. But, can you tell the difference with this? What I did was... I changed the pickups. So now we've got Mexican Fender Mustang PJ set. And this used to be a rotary control, so I used to get different wiring combinations with the bass pickup, then I just ditched it just for a P-bass. Now I've got P-bass, and if I pull up the tone control, I get the jazz bass pickup, so I get either or. I have to say that these pickups are so much better than the ones around it. Hey Alex, how's it going? Not into the light mornings, liking to be dark and cosy. I don't know, sometimes. Yeah, I'm fine when it gets light at 7:30, 8 o'clock. That's fine. It's when it doesn't get light until 10 that sucks. But equally when it's 5 o'clock in the morning, the birds are singing and it's bright sunlight, that's annoying. Yeah. Hey Scott Slop, how's it going? 9 o'clock here, but later it stays bright till almost 11. I'd have a look and say, I don't think you're actually that much further south than I am. Really, when you look at it. I don't know whereabouts in the Netherlands you are, but I'm pretty sure when you come out of the Amsterdam, when they flush all the sewage out and it kind of goes into Lowestoft in the bottom of England, so a couple of 100 miles south, so you wouldn't have thought it makes that much difference. So in saying that, when I go down to download, I'm always amazed at how much earlier it gets dark, and it's only 300 miles south. It's pure Arctic up here, man. Yeah, P-bass light pickups I'm thinking of changing. Which P-bass light is it? That was the bass I wanted when I had the West Tone Thunder. I always remember it. Now I know it was a Japanese one, but it was like, it had a scratch plate on it. Did it have concentric knobs? And I think it might have been possibly like a sort of cream with a jobby brown plastic bits on it. I just remember thinking, oh my god, a bass I actually like the look of. I remember it being a P-bass light, but I also remember seeing another P-bass light, which was a much more 80s looking pointy thing. Just because 10 ounces of weed that can't smoke, consume 1 minute. Throwing 10 ounces of bid's a hard move. I'll come and get it. I'll do a run, get the rubber dinghy out. Yeah, so I've also done my I rearranged my pedalboard. Oops. What just happened there? I don't know. I have no idea what I just did there. Channel activity. Can I go back? Oh, there we go. What was I'm trying to do? I want that to be away. Hold on. Bang. Nope, that was me turning off the main camera. What if I turn on this one? There, my new pedal board, which I've just built. Hey. The light had active EQ and pickups, looked like EMGs, no pole paces visible. Possibly, Scott. This is going back to before I actually played the bass. I just remember looking at basses and thinking, of all the ones, it was only that one and the SG one, and you couldn't get the SG one at the time. It's been sprayed with colloidal silver. I don't know what that is, but it sounds bad. Hey, Amp Wales! It's not that bad. You can't actually see its majesty with my my pedal board. I'll do a video. I've not really messed about with it yet. Right, if I just turn that down, then I can turn hit that. And hit that, and then I hit that. We're on A. Oh. Yeah, nothing broke. Big up Chuck Ross for carrying on. Yeah. Something I've changed. I'm definitely not normally standing this far away. I've adjusted something by mistake. Oh, that is a very small body for that. Look at that neck dive. Ain't none. Yeah, but I don't really know that much about Chuck Norris, to be honest. I'm not even sure I've ever seen any of his films. I know he was, everyone thought he was cool. I remember him being in The Expendables and wearing a jumper with denim with flared jeans, kicking people in the face. I vaguely remember that. But I did watch a wee bit. I thought it just came up on YouTube because he died, the one where he's fighting against Bruce Lee. And yeah, he's cool as fuck. Don't know anything about him, but he's cool as fuck. That was the thing he was. He was a great fighter, yeah. He just seemed like one of those folk that he was just cool because he wasn't trying to be. The only person because it wouldn't dare. But he did get to hit Bruce Lee grabs a big chunk of his chest hair out. No, it's good. Hey, Kenneth. Junk Norris doesn't need an overdrive, or basically I suppose he could just, his hands are enough. I think you'll find he could just probably just threaten the amp. The amp would be so scared it wouldn't distort if he didn't want it to as well. Strange musical tutu. This is my Super Star Destroyer. I think it looks a wee bit like an antler. But this is my new pedal board should do this. If I stomp with one stomp. See? What I did was I put a bass pedal board which consists of a tuner, a fuzz and the drum pedal, and then a guitar pedal board below it, so I can actually stomp on the two tuners at the same time, muting one and unmuting the other, thus changing chord. Changing. I've now got a tuner on both of them as well, so there's no excuse to be out of tune. It was really good putting the strings back on the bass when I was messing about with it earlier on, because I had reference points of the guitar strings which were kind of almost there. Andy, King of Sabbath, it was a wee bit like was it Wild Child? Definitely a song I've never played before, but it kind of the first thing I was playing because I was using that utilise my double pedal. Yeah. I was using the new bridge pickup. Has anyone managed to resist the temptation of a guitar? I saw you bought one of those Hondo. Is it an 800 800 and something? They're brilliant guitars. My pal had one of them, and he didn't want me to do any fancy wiring to it, but the pickup selector was broken. So, one of the pots was solid. It was like totally. It wouldn't move at all. And then eventually he tried moving it with pliers, and it snapped. So I was replacing the pot, and it's like. So I don't want any, don't want any fancy wiring and all that. So I replaced the pot. I gave it to him. Then about 2 weeks later, I was like, "Here, you tried pulling the volume control up." So I put like the phase thing in it. That worked really well. BGS. I don't know who BGS. A 732 ml. That's a good Hondo site, which never used to be there when I was buying Hondos. Which is kind of right with most of it. It's quite good. They went to. I thought you said you went to stay in. Slay. I've not been to that yet. Shock Rock, Twisted Sister, Poison. I saw that. And Kiss, Dress to Kill, and what was I can't remember what Twisted Sister were called. You should try. You just make one, Scott. This is the second one. The first one I made out of just really cheap stuff, and it worked so well that rather than take it to bits and sort any minor issues that I had with it, I just thought I'll just buy another one. I think I sold it for 250 quid, which is what I bought bought me the Washburn bass and the bits for this. An Echo Florentine, the truss rod is snapped by works weight. There are ways around these things. Bro, how do you create an artificial harmonic? Well, I'm just going to guess. I have no idea. But I guess if you're talking about, when you say artificial harmonic, if you know, not the, yeah, but you can make that any note. Because if you're like playing the second fret, the harmonic moves as well. So you can fret somewhere. Obviously you got the, this one. Kind of depends where you pluck it as well. It's all to do with the length of the string. So if you're fretting on the third fret, all the and you manage to play harmonic somehow, however you're going to do that, there'll be different notes. Ultimately, I don't know. 60s Italian Beauty. I've got it's Jen's, an Encore, like an Ovation thing, but it's got like a 3-piece neck on it. Like, it's a stunner. I'm sorry, man, I don't know if that was really much help, but I'm not really known. I mean, it might be some crazy technique. Guitar theory, guitar trend. I did a guitar lesson the other day. Sorta. I was trying to buy a Telecaster neck yesterday, but Gumtree Messenger is just rubbish. It doesn't tell you when you're getting things, and then I keep going in and checking, and then sometimes you can go in, go out, and then come back in an hour later, and then go in just to see if the guy's messaged you back, and then there isn't anything, and then you go back another hour later, and 3 hours ago they'd send you a message, and you're like, what the fuck? It's really bad. Harmonics. I don't know anything about these things. A lot of these things, you've got to really want to do it. But the thing is, I can totally understand if you're doing it first. You know, when Van Halen was doing his finger tapping or whatever, all these silly things, putting that amount of effort in to do that, even though it's not really any musical use, but it's a cool thing to do if you were doing it first. But to copy that, I don't really see the point. Hey, Ben. Bending random notes in mind. So what's the point of using the minor pentatonic? And why? I don't even know what that is anyway. Just Hollowblock Archtop SG with a wacky vibrato 60 graphic picker. I say, yeah, it sounds pretty impressive, to be honest. Oh, that was a wee bit restauranty, wasn't it? Hey, Sloaney, yep. I'm glad I read that second time. The first one was like, I'm driving so ill. It's like, no, you're driving in the evening, so I'll just be listening. That's fine, I'll try and talk about it rather than just play the guitar. I'll read out. There you go, I'll read out some of the amp whales. Love the old Italian guitars. Yeah, they're fantastic. I remember my pal had an Echo 12 string. The thing was absolutely huge. It's fantastic. You get it from Milan. Good. Used to consider mistakes I'm making. I used to hit harmonics. Yeah, I mean, I hit harmonics and also the pinched harmonics, which I was playing the other night for some reason. I don't know. Pinched harmonics easy to use. Sometimes, I don't know. It's one of those things that I remember kind of working out sort of how to do them years ago, and then really when I was playing it the other night, suddenly it was like, oh, because I'm much better on the guitar now, they were much easier. Or is it just artificial pinchment? Harmonics bought like a quarter of the vibrating length while the thumb hitting with a pick. Yep, that sounds fine. Yeah. Or you basically just kind of hold the pick, and then just when you hit it, make it so your thumb hits it immediately after the pick has. That's the kind of thing. Pinched harmonics are sometimes, yeah, sometimes when you get like a pinched harmonic that squeals into feedback, oh. Yeah. But normally the thing is, whenever I accidentally hit that pinched harmonic and it sounds good, I immediately go, oh, I'll do lots of them then, then ruin it. Yeah. You asked me what was on my head. Yeah, no, it's a pick. I saw Glenn Hughes do that because he plays sometimes with a pick. Sometimes he's basically, you can just stick it to, if you like it, you can just stick it to your forehead. That's somewhere to put it. It's because I'm normally just playing the, I don't know, what do I normally do with the pick when I'm drinking Bucky? I just need some distortion for that. Maybe that's what is that harp harmonics. You touch the string with your index finger while plucking another finger. Oh right, I know the one you mean. I know the one. Yeah, I can't do that. Trying when getting a world map, sticking pins in it for every country. Well, so I think it's neither the super extremes of sad or cool, and sad it's kind of like a bit, well, if you want to, and it's not. I don't know when I said it was cool. I'm afraid Kit Kat was about to disagree with you, but I think geography's cool. I've been looking up on I find maps fascinating. Max Street Preachers at the Albert Hall. I don't know if I never really got them. I remember obviously that, but that was I was at school when that was about. I remember being a hit. They were just kind of before Britpop, weren't they? Them and the Lightning Seeds, sort of. I don't know. I don't remember loving the guitar sound at the time, but back then I like a 60s sound. Unfortunately, I think they're about to change those maps, so I don't know. What crazy places. I did watch a thing on that Strait of whatever it's called. In the gooch between Baggy and Indie, my favourite band, being Welsh with the local history. Right, there you go. Not Goldie Looking Chain. indie sort of... I don't even know if I remember Baggy. This maybe slightly before my time. And I remember indie being the in thing, because that's what everyone called... Stone Roses were indie. And was it still called indie when Oasis came out? Was that still indie? I don't know, everyone just liked indie music, and it was like... But I didn't know, it was alternative. Badfinger were Welsh, were they? Tiger Tails and Manic's my 3 favourite local bands. I don't know if I really get any favourite. There aren't really any Nazareth, Glasgow bands. I don't know. Was Tiger Tails? I might get Tiger Tails mixed up with someone else. Who's the band? Spider is the band I'm thinking of. Older Maps totally show the ice wall. It's fucking great. I find maps of Old Kilsyth fantastic. There's so much castles and bits of Roman wall and shit just left, and things that were demolished in 1700, and there's hundreds of bits with old railways and coal pits and all this pish. It's great. Big Country. I think they're from Dunfermline, aren't they? I mean, they're not. I don't know what of my absolute favourite band. Because obviously I like a bit of the Nazareth and a bit of Big Country. I can't know if I can play any of it. Big Country did that Rest of Natives film is so worth watching. That's the one I like. I know, he plays guitar like bagpipes, it's amazing. Who's Max Boyce? I saw a really interesting interview today from 1974 on Richie Blackmore's Aussie John Lord Dean Hunter. I watched that as well. Was that on Richie Blackmore's official YouTube channel? That was a bizarre one. Yeah, it was Aussie and what was the guy's name? Chipmunk. Whoever that was, I don't know. He just said his name was Chipmunk, and I recognised that name from somewhere. No, I saw it as well today, Ben. So it was probably. I just didn't realise it was Richie Blackmore's channel. Max Boyce, the scourge of the vinyl boxes in every car but itself. Right, okay. Yeah, we've got ones of them. The charity shop records. The thing is, I'd be sort of interested, see if it was like a 10 for a pound or 5 for a pound or not. They're sitting there like wanting a fiver for like just, James Last records. It's ridiculous. Caledonian. I don't know if I know Caledonian. You mean Caledonia? That's nothing to do with Big Country though, is it? Live at Turkey. Right, wow. I don't know, it's been that long since I'd have noticed it. I used to go to charity shops and buy records, quite a lot of the ones I've got here, because the things I knew would be buying them 10 for a pound or 5 for a pound was quite common. I remember getting all the Police albums for a pound. I think it was 5 for a pound. I managed to get 4 of them. It's like, yeah. You can't knock Big Country for the worst staunch Yamaha SG players. So I said, did you not see the video when I was up at the Roman Fort? So I went up to the Roman Fort, which was abandoned AD 150, so like basically 2,000 years ago, when Emperor Antony came up and they basically just built a wall, and just think of that as the Night's Watch, and set the Night's Watch up to fend these hills away, and then they built it on an older fort. I mean, that was 2,000 years ago, and they built it on an older fort, which was thousands of years older than that. So you're like thousands of years that the people have fought to get here. Keep me out. Mid-year, of course. He mid-year also played an Ibanez Roadster and a Live Aid with a dancing. No, sorry, I just caught up there. That was definitely an Ibanez Roadster that he spray painted grey. Yeah. When playing metal, should I leave the pickup selector switch up or down? It entirely depends. Depends what the other guitar's doing. I would have thought bridge pickup. So bridge pickup, rat pedal, and then if you're playing lead, maybe the neck pickup for. Oh yes, I can make. Been a bit for making silly amounts of noise. Did I target a brand new Adidas Campus? Is that really? Is that what it? It's talking with trainers. Like I'm sporting my Dunlop Flash, £3 out of a charity shop in whatever it was. I like it because they seem Scottish to me. I don't fuck about it. Like, yeah, totally. Well, they are definitely Scottish. And if you haven't seen the film Restless Natives, get that looked up. They did the soundtrack and it's amazing. It's one of my favourite. Oh. All grey, include the fretboard. Yeah, I think he painted everything, his amp and all that. It wasn't like a especially grey guitar. It was just. Like you think, oh, where did they get that all grey outfit? But I think he just spray painted his guitar and the thingy. Don't know. And then changed the strings, include the pickups, and made his guitar tech make it work. I don't know how he did it. It matches coat, yeah, and his mirror sunglasses. No, I watched live. I remember watching Live Aid, and it was a Spot the Schecter competition. Every band had fucking Schecters because 1985 was prime. The thing to have was a Schecter. Hey, Raging Kane. Sweet guitar and bass. I'm playing out of an early 80s Fender Super Champ, so great for dirt plug straight in at low volume where there's dirty channel when you pull out the volume knob. Crazy. Sounds good. I'm just thinking, I'm scared to plug my orange back in again. I'm now used to using these cubes. And I can just turn them down so much. It just, I don't know. I don't know anything about Fender amps. The one I would consider buying, did I see? It's one of those ones that you're possibly going to find. Is it the Champion 800 it's called? The Champion 600? Two of my pals have got it, and it's annoying because it looks like it's backwards. The speaker goes out the back sort of thing, and you turn it around, you can't see any of the knobs, but it's like, I think it's a volume and a tone, and I think it's 5 watt, but it just has a sweet sound, and it works at a normal volume, which is amazing. Yeah, I don't know. You need to get yourself in a band that can actually use things like the vaporizer in. That'd be amazing fun. I love that vaporizer. It just doesn't feel. I don't know. Maybe once I get my YouTube room up and running, I might have a bit more selection. And I've got a way of, I don't know, some way of making it up better. Maybe work it out. yeah, so I was waiting for a Telecaster neck and Lindsay on Facebook Marketplace, on Gumtree, and the guy messaged back, and then he didn't message back in time, and then I messaged back, but I didn't message back in time, and now he hasn't messaged back in time, so I'll maybe get it tomorrow or something. It's 20 quid for one of your, it's a chips and gender. 20 quid for a neck, sounds good to me. The Vaporizer is the perfect amp for the White Stripes tribute band. Yeah, not the one I've got though, because I've got the, I can't remember whether mine's green or blue. I think mine's technically green, and there's a sort of pale blue one, and there's a red one, so it would be the red one for the White Stripes. But yeah, totally. That's a fantastic, that was what got me into this Tube Screamer thing. It just needed that, so I didn't have to run it. A fantastic amp. See if you just, the problem is if you made it smaller, it wouldn't sound the way it was, because it's only 12 watts or something like that, but because it's in a big cabinet, you can play along with drums, no problem. You can't play along clean, but that's not what it's for. You just kind of wish you could get, physics don't allow such a thing. You could make it the Vaporizer, but make it that size. Everything just make it smaller, but the thing is, sound frequencies don't work that way. It's going to sound like a wee shit box. The reason it sounds like that is because it's big. You want the red one? I keep hearing people having problems with them, and they're not expensive. They weren't expensive new. I remember being really surprised at them. They were like £249 or something new for like well, it's not. It's a 12 watt. I think it's only a 1x10, or is it a 2x10? I can't even remember what the cabinet is. But like a proper gigging, loud enough for stages in any band that you think it would work with. You know what I mean? It's obviously not going to work with a Metallica type band, but it's going to work with any band that plays jazz masters and shit. You know what I mean? There's not much in it. I like them. When you look at reviews, there's always people saying, the first thing you have to do is change the speaker. So it's like, I bought this £250 amp, and then I put in a £250 Celestion speaker. I made it sound better. Alright, did it? So it's cost the same as the amp though, as amp here. Then obviously I got rid of the shitty Chinese tubes and put in some proper groove tubes, so they were £250 as well, and it's like, right, so you bought a brand new amp for £250, and you spent twice as much as that changing the tubes. What would happen if you just bought a £750 amp? I saw someone playing one of those Vaporizers recently, immediately thought of you. I don't know how they sneak it. I suppose you've just got to, I mean, Jack White, you're talking about the White Stripes a minute ago, did he not have a crazy amp that came out maybe last year or the year before, where it was like, was it Supro? One of those old, or Silvertone, one of those old kind of amp, and it had like it was a cabinet with like a 8-inch speaker or something like that, and a 10 or a 12, so a 12 and an 8, and there was a tremolo circuit or a reverb circuit that only worked on the Wii speaker, didn't work on the main speaker, and that was his amp, and it was basically just, it kind of looked like the Vaporizer, apart from it had a Wii speaker as well, where the reverb only came out of the Wii speaker, and it was just like pure that sort of shit. Pretty cool one. Hey, 54 Chaos, I was using your wire earlier on. It's a Blackface Fender. What is it? What, the Champ one? Right, I don't know. Just blew the week's guitar budget in a tank of diesel. I can't imagine. What did you play, Sloaney? Just before you wind up. Because I went down, this is the last, whatever day it was, and I paid $162.9 at the place at the German Doner kebab place. And then when I drove round the one past there, it was $195. So it was 24 pence a litre more expensive a mile apart. A bit mental. Yamaha Acoustic CS3FM has a plastic nut, so I avoided that buy. Well, we mixed up a wee bit. Where's up here? Fender. It is too guitar funky. Just put a bit of Yamaha Acoustic. I recorded myself at an ambient show. It was fun. Yeah. 176.9. I don't think that's too bad. But it depends, more than it was last week. Like, as a blackface panel, I think anyway would be wrong and it's a silver plated one. I don't know whether it works that way. Yeah, well, so the thing is that all the petrol and diesel comes from the North Sea, comes through Scotland. Yep. So, where do you think it's the most expensive in the UK? That's right, Scotland. Fucking so thick we voted to stay. Yeah. I'm not sure, Ben, about the black face and the silver face thing, whether it's like, I think it's maybe just for a certain era. I don't know, because surely you could have any amp that's got a silver face on it. Panoverb was his signature amp. Right, was that? But was that the company? Was it something? Was it like black and yellow? Maybe. It's 153.9 for diesel. I don't know. You're getting a better deal than we are. Let's got to go further. $182.9, yeah. Are the Scots as bad as the English for football? Unfortunately, some of them are, yeah. Make your own diesel, yeah. Done for that. I suppose you're getting rid of a big pile of fucking. Yeah, can you make diesel out of weed? Maybe it smell good for you. Just drive through town and get. Oh, is it? That's what it's long gone. That one, Ben. Hope he's all right. Texas was 199.9. Wow, yeah. Yeah, the best was I used to run that Land Rover. I was told so many times all the things you could run it on. Basically, the Land Rover I had, if you just cleaned the fuel filter a bit more, you could just run it on chip fat or anything completely unmodified. It will only get more expensive as 20. It'll just go up and up and up, Mr. Whitesnake. But I don't know, there might be revolution, you know what I mean? Ciphering red diesel. I actually ran the Civic on super diesel, or what do we call it, V-power diesel for maybe nearly 6 months, thinking, I've got a nice car, anyone, but it's the cheapest shit I can get. Yeah. I don't know. I suppose that there's different. I've got my bike. Use my bike to go to the shops. Use the bike to go and get my bucky. Which actually, I did. My neighbour was talking about the wee bucky shop round the corner during the lockdown. They had it was a rationing, so you could only buy one bottle of bucky per visit. And it was like one of his pals who met him and just had to hand outside lap, go and get me a bottle of bucky, because he doesn't drink it. So it was like a grown man asking him to go into the carry-out shop and get my bottle of bucky, because he'd already had his, so he needed two, or whatever it was. Anyone in the market for an Aria Pro RSB bass? I don't know if I know the RSB bass. I just recovered my Windows 10 laptop. I don't really know. I think I've stopped. Is that Windows 11 stopped working? I don't know what's going on. The bucky drought was a bit. I don't know. I didn't really notice it was during overdose. I'm just glad it was old and boring by the time and I had YouTube and I had lots of guitars and shit to do. I mean, if I'd been like 20 or something like that when I was out going to gigs and talking to people, That would have been an absolute nightmare, having a whole year when you couldn't talk to any of your pals or like that. Oh, God. Yeah, the RS guitar. Yeah, I know the one. It's quite common you get it in the blue, the same as my ZZB bass, that turquoise to dark blue, sort of marine burst or whatever they call it. I know the one. A pearl white, Japanese pearl white amplifiers. Don't undersell it. I've seen pearl white, and it's like, see when the Japanese do the pearl white, they do it pearlier. 229.25. My pa, actually, I haven't talked to in years. David was showing me some of the guitars he'd bought, and he was buying, and they weren't expensive. They're kind of the same price they were when I was buying things like that Aria Pro 2 I've got kicking about and all that. Looking on eBay, they are still there, and you're still talking about, for sub 200 quid, 100 quid, 150 quid, that kind of range, you're picking up proper guitars. You know, maybe need strings or a wee bit dirty or whatever like that needs set up, but they're still there if you're looking for them. I don't know, I was just so hungry for more, and it's now I'm just kind of, I can just go back and get ones, just dig them out. I've got them all. Remember I bought the buckers, it was only £1.50. Wow. Don't remember that. I do remember it being £4 something. But from here, I can cycle pretty much horizontally 600 yards to the bucky shop over there, £8.50 a bottle. Or I can go the same distance, but not horizontally, it's downhill and then back uphill to the Co-op, £11.50. I'll not be buying bucky in the Co-op. That's an emergency situation. But there you go, the difference, what, a kilometre or something like that makes. We'd cycle to the shop for a beer set up. Well, there you go, yeah. Is it that way? I might have to start ditching this soon. This is getting heavy. I was playing this quite a lot earlier on. Happy with my coffee table for 107, just missing the dot inlay. I can just fill it in with basically any old shite, super glue it in. I mean, it'll not be a problem. And switch cleaner just work wonders. And those guitars are definitely worthwhile putting in the push-pull phase, if you can do it, just to get that extra single coily type sound. I reckon. Had I already put something in? Never loop when you're drunk. Strip the neck of the flying V. The neck is like twisted. The note led to the board. Well, the thing is, Kit Kats, it's like if this way you're not drunk yet, well, get stuck in. I need to do the fret ends on this, they're a wee bit sharp. But I mean, if it plays, it doesn't. It comes down to the old thing. What'd you pay for it? You didn't pay very much for it, and you're getting an SG, and it's like, I would play the guitars where the neck isn't perfectly straight, but so you can't set it up like a neoclassical speed metal machine, but it's a fucking shit Telecaster. it doesn't want to have super low action. It's quite happy having high action, and if the neck's a wee bit and your action's, you know, on the higher side for chunking out riffs. Also, if the neck's flat, you can stone the frets to go with the twist. I'm sure it'll be fine. The thing is, when it comes into, you didn't pay £1,000 for that guitar kit, Kat, so what have you really lost? And again, you can sit there with your SG and just go like, bolt-on necks are just better, because you can just change them. This is getting heavy. It's getting heavy duty rock. Oh! It has another feature as well as they've been able to play sitting down feature. I'm pretty sure I designed this with a, maybe not a monitor, but I can balance this on my leg. Thus taking no weight. Yep, and then if anyone makes a good joke, I can, well done. Oh. It's not a twisted neck, it's a true temper compound neck. Yes, that's exactly. Yes. An asymmetrical carve and such. I'm still a wee bit on the... Does anyone get any bass pickups they want to get rid of? I'm totally amazed at the difference the bass pickups made in this, putting in different ones, because the Washburns, it wasn't a cheap bass. I just think that the Washburn, the Access bass, which it was still, you know, £500 Korean bass or something like that, it was meant to have an active circuit in it, which was missing by the time I got it. So the pickups were meant to go into an active circuit, not active pickups, but they were meant to have boosts and shit on them, so they're a bit kind of bland. But yeah, not design flaw. Feature, I totally get it, yeah. But it'll make it sound like there is kind of no right and no wrong, but if it's got a certain, that kind, I mean, what is correct intonation? Maybe your guitar's intoned differently. And whoever it was that told me about Antoine de Babadibba, which means angina or something like that. Those two French Canadian dudes with the silly outfits and the double neck guitar and bass. Yeah, I thought they were fucking amazing. Like, absolutely couldn't take my eyes off them. Mental, like Captain Beefheart, but not as, doesn't make you feel as sick. Or Frank Zappa, but pop, like pop Frank Zappa, but with a beat. I don't know. But yeah, I thought they were fucking amazing. So much so I actually looked up to how much the record cost. It's £350. Yeah. But it's kind of a wee bit disappointed that they hit so big. You know, they've been pure massive and everyone likes them. And it's like, I actually quite like the music. It's like the design feature on the Epiphone SL I have. There's a gap in the neck bit. Pocket, there's a spare pectrum holder, not a defect, yes. Fix that bit. I fixed one putting it in the oven. My pal Wayne told me how to do it. Basically, so there's a Yamaha, I think it's the one I painted, like an X-Wing, orange with the Rebel Alliance symbol on it and stuff like that, and it's got a baked maple neck because I baked it in the oven because it was pure twisted, and basically I heated it up until it was hot, and see when you've heated it up in the oven for pretty low down for about 10 minutes, when it starts to get soft, you can literally, it's like malleable, so basically I just clamped it to a B&Q workbench in several pieces, clamped it flat, and then when it was cold, it was straight. And it was 6 months before I sold the guitar. It lasted that time, just by putting it in the oven. I just had like kind of, didn't obviously fit all the way in, so I had the headstock kind of out with tea towels wrapped around it to kind of steaming it. I've also heard you can do it with a wallpaper steamer. You just basically make a plywood box that you put the neck in, and then you just pump steam in one end, and then like the same thing, once it's got a certain level, it becomes like rubber a wee bit, kind of flexible, and you just clamp it straight. The problem with doing something like that is, though, the guitar has to be worth it, and you get to the point where you don't want to do it with the guitar, because the guitar, it doesn't matter if I've just spent a whole weekend making that neck work, and I've got that guitar working. Oh, fantastic, what's the guitar worth? Well, it's now worth 50 quid. It's like, is it worth it? A sauna for guitar necks? Exactly, yeah. Oh. I might just put up my guitar. This is getting heavy. the drink at the bucky is. It's a shame because I've just set up everything to play this, but I've got a Strat sitting there. I might just take a wee bit of a break. Oh God! I actually did weights for a good couple of years when I built the triple neck guitar. Because my God, was it heavy? I believe the triple neck flying V is actually after that. It was meant to have an acoustic in it. Fender Stratocaster, anyone? Heard of it? Oh. Hey, J-Pax! Ugh. Robbie's just away. Oh, this is miles out of tune. Why is it miles out of tune? I feel I've been generating heat with carrying that bass. Aye, so my God, is that guitar louder than this Strat is? Really? It is nice being able to have the mixture between the two. Assuming it's not just got... Yeah, it's not very loud, is it? Oh. I don't think Sonors have existed since the 80s, have they? I don't know, I mean... Actually, I remember the last time I was in a sauna. Yes. I remember being saunas in the 80s, but like, because my granny maybe used to get timeshare things. My grandparents had a timeshare thing, and I think they would like get a week's holiday. They would get a 2-week holiday for the year, and then they would go up for a week, and then at my mum and dad, my mum and her sister would all get shots of this place, and it was like a holiday villa thing with a sauna in it because it was the 80s. But I remember going to the one when my Civic was over from Taiwan, from China, and the Kirky Baths, we went in there and we did it every morning, going swimming. Why not? Yeah, but I shot having someone else say made it actually possible. But going into the sauna thing and going in and two of us sitting there like up here, giggling and talking away, blah blah blah. You know what I mean, in the sauna, and then suddenly the sort of steam went down a wee bit, and there was an old guy just sitting right fucking there, just totally neither of us had seen him, and then the two of us were looking at each other trying not to laugh, and then I couldn't go back in again. Just wanted to straighten my neck, got all weird and so on. Yeah, things getting flaccid now. Who's got bright sun? Wow. You've got so you're on Butte. Is it like it's a time? There's a time machine going there, eh? The totally bastards calling him. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, one would just hope that there was it would be obvious or someone would tell you. It's like, see, I don't know, I've never had a massage, obviously, but there used to be, I remember hearing about massage places in Glasgow, kind of around, at the bottom of Victor Morris, opposite Victor Morris type thing, and it was like a massage, and I just wonder, maybe just naive, are people, what if you actually wanted a massage because you had a sore back? Would it be really obvious when you went in it was more of like a brothel type thing, or is it possible? Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I feel like I'm confessing to something which I haven't done. I was just wondering about the rubbing tug shop. Oh dear. From Rutherglen, only live on Butte. Yeah. Stop talking. I don't know. I mean, it's like the idea of just sweating. I mean, yeah. I don't think it has to be creepy. We're not just too worried about it being creepy when it probably isn't most of the time. Best to get a referral from a friend for stuff like massages, yeah. Or go for something like, I don't know, something that the doctor would recommend or something like that if you did have actual proper. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I can see the fun in it. But I mean, why not? I mean, if it's like, if you and your pals were like, when me and my pals were like into, you know, when you're done your late teens and your 20s, you'd go out and you'd, you know, go drinking and go to gigs and go to the studio and jam and stuff like that. But if you were like more of the going and watching the football, not really into drinking, but maybe going to the gym and stuff, maybe it would be the similar thing if folk got out and let's go out on the bikes and we'll go up a mountain or we'll go hill milking. It's kind of the same sort of camaraderie thing, so maybe it would be all right. Don't know. They're going to the moon. I saw something about that. Is that Operation Distract Epstein twice? This guitar's awful good, isn't it? Need to take a conscious. It's still there. I need to work out really what to do with it. I think the Americans are going to the moon, aren't they? I don't know. I suppose the Les Paul is the answer to the question. The Les Paul is on the list for guitars like all of these are getting, where they're getting thoroughly cleaned down after the move. Anything I've not played since I moved here is getting down out. Hey Chickens, you could never get into the Strat. They've both got their thing. I never got the Strat. I remember getting a shot of it was a Japanese one as well years ago, and absolutely hating it. So I couldn't get in out at all. And then I got like quite a high end Squire one, like an 88, was it, or something like that? Like Korean, but it was like the high gloss neck and the Nico pickups and stuff. And it was lovely, but I would use it for playing Dire Straits. That was it. And then I don't know at what point, but maybe by the time I got this, because it's a real Fender, my first real Fender. And it just made sense. Although this is the neck pickup from a Strat with a tube screamer, it's a little bit. It's just got that ooh. Very much depends on what pickups you've got in it, I think. You can go through one of the... There's windows in the Firmament Kit Kat, so let the rain in. Everything else is useless apart from a Telecaster. I understand, but I mean, my first guitar was a cheap Strat copy, and I've got a theory that going back at the time, 30 years ago when I was playing the guitar, what your first guitar, if it was like a Les Paul, it was really going to be a Les Paul or a Strat, a shit one. And if your first guitar was a shit Les Paul, you would want when you got your first real guitar, which would be like a £200 at the time Mexican Fender or Epiphone equivalent thing, you would buy the opposite. So your first guitar would be a shit Les Paul. Your first real guitar for a £200-300 would be a Fender, Strat or Tele. And if your first guitar was a shit Strat, your first real guitar was going to be a Les Paul. My first guitar was a shit Strat, so my first real guitar that I paid once I knew that I was going to play the guitar and I bought my own money was an SG. So that's the way it goes. I don't know, but sometimes you end up just getting the right one and or getting a shot of the right one, and suddenly it does different things. I play this differently. When I was playing it there when I first picked it up, it wasn't sounding as good as that double neck, but then once I realised it's a Strat and I started playing it like a Strat, it started making sense. That's what Corinne just get a real Strat. Can't go to me, can't leave the Firmament. I think rage baiting is probably what he's something baiting. Yeah. A Tele and a Les Paul. See, I don't get I don't like Les Pauls. I think there's so much like, a lot of it's just to do whether you like the look of it. That's it. I mean, let's be honest. The reason you're playing the Strat is not because of the contour or the trem. It's just because you think it's cool, I think. And you just make whatever one you think is cool work. Stay thirsty, neck pickup. No, I'm in positions 2 and 4. Positions 2 and 4, which this guitar has, which my Tempest one doesn't have. The sound you're not meant to have. Hey, is that you home now, Sloaney? It does look there's something wrong with it. I've got that pick stuck to my head. But the thing is, I keep losing the picks. I keep putting them down, and it's like, well, is that because? Well, my first bass was a. Sorry, I'm doing the hand on the amp thing. The foot on the amp. It's a stool. But I mean, my first bass was the Westone Spectrum DX, which I fucking hated. It was shit, and I sold it. I even used an Encore P bass, which was shitter, but I mean, I still quite liked it. And then I got the Aria Pro 2, which was fucking amazing. And I always regretted selling it, but back at the time you didn't have 2 basses, so I traded it in for my Epiphone EBO, which I thought was amazing, but was actually fucking shit. Oh. My first guitar, I've stopped in Darkest Kill Winning and now wanting a sauna. Cheers, oh lovely. Kill Winning, does it? I don't know if you want to stop in Kill Winning. Had to have a Strat, it would be a humbucker on the bridge and a single coil on the neck. I get it. Yeah, I can see that. Then the argument is it then a Strat? Well, when does it become a Strat? When does it just become a guitar? You know what needs to get fun is stop to put a hoodie on. It's almost like you don't have heated seats, Sloaney. And I'm just, I honestly, I mean, I ain't no car snob, but that's one of the things I'd want to keep. Is emulation, Mr. Whitesnake? It is, yes. I'm not even sure I know where Kilwinning is, to be honest. Obviously, I know it's out. Paisley, Johnston, Elderslie, Kilwinning? Somewhere. Is that the place with that Radio City in it? Which looks like it. I don't know what it. I don't even know what it is. It used to be a bingo hall or a cinema or something, but it looks like a pure spaceship, super cool place for hanging out with the kids. But it's actually just a wee village. I think it does have a Morrison's in it, so it must be quite big. But yeah, at least it's late at night. So out in Ayrshire, Chukter land. I don't know where the Chukters come from. But I honestly just always thought that Chukter was spelled Choo. I didn't realise it T. I don't know where it comes from. I know they did the Chukter from Skye, the Corries. Free Sky. All the guitars were created. Okay, yeah. What kind of guitars were created by board? Well, I mean, basically, I'm going for that double neck I was just playing because it's a guitar and a bass. So you're going to take one instrument into the wasteland. I'm taking the guitar and bass. Also, Judge Death is 4. That's the one. I will be taking Judge Death. That's the one that goes in the backpack. The double neck's a little bit big for that. It'll be stashed for special occasions and for bribing. Truth to anyone not in the Greater Glasgow area. So I've still got a G postcode, but I mean I used to consider that I was in the Ken land, as in Kilsyth, is when people started saying Ken at the end of sentences. I'm not sure where the line is. Obviously, by the time you're at Falkirk, you're fucking well into the land of Ken. But here, I'm not really sure. It's a kind of mixture. I don't know. I mean, I don't want to be tarred with being close to Cumbernauld, but kind of going that way. Oh. Your meds are kicking, or are you going to go and annoy somebody else who's doing a live stream? Someone who rises to your baiting. Spike the likes if you could, that'd be awesome. I think I've only got 1 like, is that right? In which case, shame on you. Even if you don't like it, lie. Go South Jukesters. Well, I used to think that way, but I don't know. But I've got a G postcode. I'm in North Lanarkshire though. Stirling is not far away. And the guitar world today, it sounds like Asian men don't look like what they're doing the way. I really don't know what you're talking about. I mean, yeah, maybe. I could see why it would be in Stirlingshire, historically, because Stirling's not very far away in that direction. I think, actually, it's pretty much in a straight as a crow flies. In fact, no, I think it might actually be closer to Stirling. I think it's 9 miles to Stirling. I mean, I think it's maybe a bit more than that into Glasgow, huh? Why did you laugh? I don't know. Asian men who look like women are leading the way. Oh, are you talking about? I actually saw them. Yeah. I mean, I've nothing against the chap. He does look a bit effeminate playing his nylon stringer and stuff like that. I do have a little bit against that. See, I mean, fair enough. It's not me to judge, but see when people have that tattoo that goes all the way up their neck, it's kind of like see when you see someone and they've got like something really wrong with their eye and it's pure massive and bulged or something like that, and you're trying not to look at it. It's kind of like that. I just feel it looks like there's an element of me of pity, thinking, oh, poor man who's obviously been in a horrendous car accident, and for some reason his neck is like inky blue, and it's like, no, he's done that intentionally, and it's like, oh, but that's a real shame, because it kind of looks like there's something wrong with him. Maybe he didn't intend that. Yeah. Neck tattoos are a big red flags. So you're after Takosh, you're after any dudes that don't have neck tattoos or birds with nose rings. I suppose the thing about a nose ring is that you could just take it out and I think it just heals up. I don't find it, it doesn't appeal to me at all, no. Hey Jeff, how's it going? You're not in King Country until you're in the Kingdom. Oh no, but I mean, no, come on, what about Thingy? What? Sorry if you're covered with tattoos, David, but and it's alright to like Les Pauls as well, but you still get a powdered from me because I don't. No, it's definitely Sterling. Was it? It's definitely Ken and Sterling, definitely. But the thing about the Kens is they go the other way as well. How come is it when you get to Ayrshire, the Kens come back? No Kens in Glasgow, but in Bathgate. Anything East Coast as well, I don't know, it's a bit crazy. But if you have tattoos and play a Les Paul, I don't know, I was going a bit lighthearted about it. Depends what it is you want to do. I mean, it's like that thing about, you know, how come you don't have any expensive guitars? And it's like, well, I don't, but it's like, for me, there's much more joy in having half a dozen Japanese ones that you have to hunt and find and trade and fix and all that shit to get half a dozen guitars, instead of buying, you know, not a modest guitar, but you know, you played the guitar for 10 years, you're in a band, you want to spend £1,000 on a guitar, so I mean, I should, you know, like a lower end American Fender kind of thing, it's totally fine. But I mean, yeah, so I could have one of them, but I didn't. Instead I've got half a dozen old things. Are the Les Pauls without tone pull knobs worse? Well, I don't know. I mean, I think I would probably be put off by the Jimmy Page wiring. I don't do that now. I have done it before for people who want me to do Jimmy Page wiring on their guitar, and I think it's pretentious, so I refuse to do it. I will do a dual coil split if you want, or if you don't have coil split wires, I will do a phase switch, because that'll give you the sounds you need. The full Jimmy Page wiring, even Jimmy Page admits he only did that because it was like, fuck it, just give me all the sounds you can. You don't need 14 sounds, of which 8 of them are shit, when you can just have the 6 good ones. You know what I mean? Anyone in chat likes I've got a cool mullet haircut. Oh, I think you do, Mr. Whitesnake. Les Pauls and pulled out. Well, I mean, maybe. I don't know, but I mean, is it Zach's put a... I was actually thinking I'm going to do a video, which I was going to do earlier on, but instead I ended up just messing about with that pedal board. Going from the Telecaster to the Ibanez PGM or the RG in 4 guitars. In fact, you can see them there. I'm going to go Telecaster, Stratocaster, that Roadster, and then the RG. What was my point there? Yeah, but I was thinking, how come Strats never got... I mean, not famously, but I mean, Telly's had humbuckers and P90s and Yeah, like famous Telecaster models with humbucker or humbucker and a single coil or P90s, and then Strats never did they? Really? I don't know when. I mean, I assume Fender at some point did start making HSS Strats, or HH Strats, but I don't think they did until like stupidly late. What, I don't know, what, 90s kind of thing. It's all in the hands, it's all in the fingers, but it's all in your attitude and how you think it's going to be. It's like whether you think you can do it or not. If you go up to anything, go like, I'm never going to be able to do this, I'm never going to be able to do this, I'm never going to be able to do this, I'm never going to be able to do this. See, I told you I'd never be able to do it. Whereas, if you've got the hope, you can master the Strat. It's a harder guitar to play. And I'm not talking about, more uncomfortable or physically harder. It's harder to play a Strat than it is. A Telecaster is easier. The Les Paul Custom. I don't know, maybe, I don't knock that you do like it, Stevie. Phase reverse does work best when you can blend the pickups, yes. Just a wee bit. There's a wee magic zone where you just, the same thing happens when you're running like a jazz bass. The way to get the best sound, or the P bass sound, is both pickups up full bung, and then you turn down the treble one, and it kind of, between sort of 10 and 8, it kind of goes, and then you can sort of choose like you can choose your tone within that between 12 and 8, and it works out really well. To pull over and tune out of rage, have a nose ring, lots of tattoos, and play a Les Paul. Feel great now, yeah, brilliant. As in Kilbirnie, there you go, okay, that's where Kilbirnie is, yeah. Yeah, I mean, honestly, Sloaney, you're lucky when you got to see me. I didn't just ignore you because I was drunk. I actually didn't punch you in the face, really. And you like Guns N' Roses, you missed out that one. For fuck's sake. Isn't internet wonderful? Someone I would have ran 100 miles away from with our, what do you say, nose ring, tattoos, a Les Paul, and being a Slash fan. People don't know how to use the telly, it sucks, but if you back off the volume and tone. So, because it depends. I've had, it depends which telly it is you get. Some tellies have really nice neck pickups, and it makes perfect sense. Some don't. Landing strip, Mr. Whitesteak, I assume I know what that is. Yeah. Did you get rid of your VHS tapes? Wow. I don't know. I mean, somebody must collect them. There must be people who want to watch pure shit video quality, video nasties and shit. VHS tapes with WAPhead over the best, as long as you don't play a PRS. See, I mean, to be honest, I've played. I mean, I don't really like PRS. But the thing about PRS, it's kind of, I don't know, I suppose all guitars are trying to be somewhere between a Les Paul and a Strat, aren't they? And the PRS kind of sits in there. I don't really like the look of them. I don't know why. That's really down to it. I quite like the guy. I'm not overly keen on the bird inlays or anything like that. Only doctors and dentists. I could do a dentist. I've lost another fucking tooth, going mental. Maybe if I was a bit more into fixing PRSs. I don't know. My problem is I just have a problem with a guitar that's going to be more than, like, it's got thousands of pounds, and it's like, again, I suppose, I mean, I struggle a wee bit with that when you see some people driving about in Range Rovers and shit, and it's like, why have you got a Range Rover? Do you know what I mean? It's like when you should really have a Fiat Panda, because that would be much, 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 much more practical, but it would cost 5% as much, and it would be 95% as useful. But like having a Range Rover, that you can't argue with that. So it's like, it doesn't matter if you've only played the guitar for 3 months and you are a big Slash fan. Just go and buy the $5,000 Les Paul. People are going to argue that it's a total waste, that you, who doesn't even play the guitar or can play a couple of chords, I've got a $5,000 Les Paul, you're not using it to its thingy. But I mean, I've got lots and lots of guitars and I don't play them enough, so they don't get played to their fullness. So fair enough. Paul is a weirdo, yes. Paul is one of us. Ran out of frets. I have a spark. The spark, again, back to this is where it comes straight into I don't like the idea of modelling. I know that the Roland Cube is a modelling app, and that was why I didn't have one for so many years. It's just much easier. I'm quite happy to deal with that. It's like you've got your set parameters, how much you can do in each direction. I'm not feeling limited by the Cube at the present moment. I know that I have amps that will sound better than that, but not as easily as that, and I'm not good enough to utilise the betterness of the Sovtech over that to a noticeable content. Yes. But it is nice having expensive stuff, and arguably it does sound better. The effects of modelling amps are usually crap. Stevie, possibly, yeah, but I mean, I always thought Roland Cubes sounded fucking awful because anyone who ever played a Roland Cube had the chorus and the flanger and all that up at full. So when I ever heard a Roland Cube, it was always all the time. You don't have to turn that on. You know what I mean? A wee bit of reverb, and the reverb on it's fucking ice. I even hate reverb, but I get it. I think, Stevie, when you're talking about the effects in modelling apps, I think it's more the distortions aren't very good. Things like delay and reverb, generally, I think, are. If you like delay or reverb, they're totally sound kind of the same as real things, but they just can't do the distortion. Sovtech needs a lot of PP9s. I don't get that joke. Why is it not all comments appear on my screen, but appear on your screen in the corner? I do not know that, Alex. I've got mine set to live chat. I don't know. I kind of just have that up there just to make up some space, really. I don't know. I've never watched a live stream where I was commenting. I don't even know how you guys are actually able to watch. I know I do have a phone thing. I can look over there at the... That's a wee bit earlier. If you're watching on portrait mode, it's actually about 2 seconds earlier than landscape mode. reverb and delay are always against all the flangers and phasers. I don't know, see, Stevie, the thing is, I just think that the problem with the flangers and phasers is it's like they don't really, like, to get a good flangey or phasey sound, you're really talking about using fuck all of it, if you know what I mean, just a wee subtle hint. And these things just go up to 10 and they're ridiculous. The Paul comment is Paul is a weirdo. I don't know. Are you getting blocked? Paul is a fuck. Maybe it's because it's got fucking in it. Someone try and type something with a swear word in it. See if Alex can see it. Can you type something with a swear word in it? I never know because I get oh, who was it? Oh, somebody commented. It was you, Scott, wasn't it? That commented last week, and it was like whatever it was TARP exclamation mark, and it actually came up as flagged as potentially inappropriate. So yes, Mr. Whitestick, you've broken the internet. Do you know what I mean? Something as completely innocent as a TARP. The Vox Stomp Lab, I've heard that as well, yeah. And the air frying potatoes I've got. Well, I have the chat on the right side of my screen, then I can look at it again on your screen. I'm going to have to ask you to take it down. You're hurting my feelings. Was you TARP, Ben? Sorry, yes. And you don't square. Well, I don't know how it works. Well, I can move things about anyway. I don't know, but it's like, what is it to look at anyway? You're looking in here and go like that, but it's like some bastard the other day is like, is that a pile of dirty washing in your mouth? Some complete fanny. I know who it was, and he's watching. Oh no, he's not. He's made me fucked off actually. I mean, I understand why people don't like Strats. Anyone get their profanities out? And, well, maybe I should use the AI. Maybe more intelligent than I am. But I suppose I'm going to have to start having a look at. I don't know. I'm totally staving off. See the thing about having so many fucking guitars. I don't need to buy more because I've got this excuse now where I could just go through them and produce guitars that are just fucking ridiculous. And there's so many of them and I'm really embarrassed by it. But these are all ones I really like. This is maybe the best Strat I've ever played. Maybe do with a sticker covering up that, but I mean, well. And how do I justify having it? Well, this is a Strat. This is an actual Fender Strat. It's got the cool story about being the Fujifilm and Fujigen. And it's got a 5-way switch, whereas the Tempest has just got the 3-way switch, so it's a true original Strat with a 3-way rather than a 5-way. But apart from that, it's the same. It's also not a Fender. I was hoping for a video earlier on. You think put one out this week? So I've got to sign a thing saying I don't get demonetised anymore by not smoking. I think smoking was the problem. They never told me that though. I wonder if they never told me that because in case in this super woke medium I could actually say that's discrimination against a smoker. Or was I don't know, romanticising? I don't know. What I have been enjoying this week is my green and black stripy jumper. I'm feeling a bit Andy Warhol kind of cool, like a really, maybe it's Alex Harvey, a bit cool in the sort of 60s, late 60s. Funky. I need to get some more of this type of sort of shapeless jumper, but maybe with different colours of stripes. Why you to just use proper Glasgow swear words, ones that don't trigger anything. It's a punk rocker jumper. It could be a punk. Well, what's a punk rocker? It could be, yeah, totally. I've definitely seen folk in bands wearing this. I don't even know what you would call it. I was thinking more like I can imagine Brian Jones or random person who plays bass or drums or something in the Velvet Underground having a shirt very like this. I always kind of wanted one. I remember when I was buying when I was messing about on eBay, it was like quite fancy, but you could get Soviet ex-army stuff. I quite fancied the blue and white stripy jumpers. Obviously, I wouldn't wear one now because Russia aren't very nice. But I thought it was cool. The Pistols and early punks. Well, there you go. So I'll wear a punk jumper, but I'm just not punk. I don't know. I wasn't there, so I don't get it. Bumblebee, yeah, get me a yellow one. Yeah. Hey, Yokum! Country music lovers! Jolene. Your breath is like a... Okay. See, shut. I'd go for the Dennis Menace. Classy, pink and black. I nearly bought a pair of shoes today. They were like Adidas running shoes, but they were like size 10. So I mean, obviously man shoes, but they were pure pink. Pretty cool. I don't know if I'm comfortable enough. I don't know if I'm enough of a Bowie fan to wear pink trainers though. I just had this talk with you. Just and I wanted to Jolene. I wish I could play some country. The thing is, I'm sure I could, I just don't know any. I was actually trying to play the Chuckter from Trousers. That's like I was saying, you're talking about air fryer being the shit. I saw, you know, you get like double neck slide guitars. You can get a double drawer, fucking double dunker air fryer. I've just got the cheap, but it's fucking good. Country, I don't, Stevie. I think that the problem with country music is people in America are subjected to it a lot. The reason I hate Oasis so much is because I was forced to listen to it. And that's why people hate things so much. You can't hate something I don't know anything about. It's like, oh, I really don't like Kiss. It's like, well, I've probably only ever heard of it in my life. I had less than 10 hours of Kiss being on and I've seen them live, you know what I mean, in my life. And it's like, well, you can't foster a proper hatred over that amount of time. Whereas Oasis, that album I've heard 100 times. And every time I heard it, I hated it more. Get some Jerry Reed, I don't know that. I mean, it depends which country it is. You know what I mean? I don't know. Bits of it are good. There's fun and they're all technical. Because Celtic top. Well, this could be, I suppose, yeah, black and yeah. If it was black and white, if it's green and white, I wouldn't wear it because it was Celtic top, in case I get beat up. Yeah, it's called a Gibson guitar, Gibson or Fender. Well, this is a Fender, so but it's actually made in Japan, and I prefer Japanese guitars to either, so I would say Fender. Yeah. I don't know, Victor 86, it depends whether it's your thing. If it's your bag, it's your bag. That's it. It just comes down that way. Oh, these jeans are tight. But it's like, yeah. If it's your thing, for me, being completely, I mean, this is not, I get it, this isn't right, but I feel there's a certain romance in having a Stratocaster going into just a Fender Champ sitting in the corner. That's it, and everything you do with that is how you play the strings and how you've got the volume set and all that shit. When you've just got like a wee one-channel amp, there's a certain romance in that, and I'm just not good enough. I've not mastered everything you can do with that sound enough to want the whole tweakability thing. I understand, a few of my pals have got it, Burger Bob, if you ever watch these things, he's a mad proponent of the Spark, and I do understand, but the thing is, I remember back in the days of guitar magazines, you could get like backing tracks for songs, and it would give you the I couldn't play along with them, I don't know why. Why is it me putting in 3 chords into the looper, and then jamming over the top is rock and roll, pure and lovely, whereas having like a backing track on a CD is just heinous. I don't know why. I just feel that way a bit. Not hugely, but that's to the point of why would I bother? And it's the same thing's come down with this amp. I don't want more settings. This has got the jazz chorus clean sound, which it does enough for me, and then having my rat pedal as my safety valve, and then a wee bit of drive is all I need. I don't need anything else. I'm not good enough to need any more of that, if you know what I mean. Same with effects pedals. I've actually, my new effects pedal setup, which I could show you, was I've got a gap which is that wide, so I could have guest pedals. See if there's something else I can find. I don't know. Commercial country, I don't know, things DVD, it doesn't really matter whether it's basically in most kinds of music, most styles or genres of music, there are stuff that I will love, and it's the stuff that's a bit up-tempo, probably. It's more likely to be up-tempo than low-tempo, and have some bits where it kind of progresses between different moods kind of thing, changes in it. That's maybe what I'll go for, and it's like, I'm sure the country music, you know, you get the banjo, the ding, 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 all that shit, yeah, fucking right in there, whereas I'm not really interested in, well, my baby, jung, jung, da-ba-da-dung, but that, because I don't like blues like that either. It's like, I just want it, as long as it was a sort of, hey, oh, yeah, I'm gonna lady sing this, all that, meant it, yeah. I've just back at school for a minute, but I mean, it's amazing for some folk. But that's the same folk who like looking up tab and stuff. I don't work. My brain doesn't work that way. I've tried learning chords from a book. The Big Snake, true about country music. There is good stuff out there. Bluegrass mountain music, yeah, but that's the thing. It's like, you know, but you get hummers up here, buddy. Loo doo loo. And I've always liked that. I mean, for me, Ask Zach for addictive telly and country goodness. Horse jazz. Some people call it, well, I don't know. Yeah, I've got all Thompson songs are close, but you always have to. I know what you mean. Yes. Yes, I know. There's an element of interpretation to how to play these things. I don't know, but sometimes it's good to get in there, and it's like you just can't get a bit. And I'm not saying that I've not learnt stuff from Tab. It's just, I don't know. There's something about working it out. You get stuck in that pattern. I'm now noticing that I can play a lot of things in a completely different place than when I could play it before. I was always, always this wee riffs I could always. That was one of my first songs I ever heard, and I thought it was pure amazing. His channel is for my music is for music info. Yeah, but I mean, it might not be correct info. The thing is, mental is all these people that work shit out, and it's like, where are you going to get your influences from? You're just unlimited. Assuming you've got the internet, you've got unlimited access to anything, which is so different now than it was when I was like 20. You didn't really get this option to just get shit free and hear what it sounded like. You could listen to the radio, I suppose, but if you wanted, I was buying Cradle of Filth albums, and I had no way of hearing Cradle of Filth. I'd heard one song, and I'm buying the albums. I'm having to pay £15 for the CD because that's the only way to fucking hear it. But you've got to be committed to like one song enough to buy it. You know, and it's like, that's why I was buying records for £1 each, which were cool covers, just because that gave me a more option to get it. I don't know what would happen now if I just had the choice to listen to anything. I was running a Marshall amp as a monitor drum kit. It's broke the amp now. I need another option for a monitor for my drum kit. I don't think it's broken it. It's probably just get a bass amp, Victory. Honestly, you can get fucking amps for fucking nothing now. Get a shit PA. You'll get a 50 watt, 100 watt PA head for 50 quid with a cabinet. It's just. Almost home, just need to let the dog have a pee, then my nose ring and Wonder Woman tattoo can join the party. Yeah. Is it one of those? No, it's not that, because I would have been repulsed. Band of Horses and Ozark Mountain Daredevils are good country. I don't doubt it. I just think so. Just won't get in a box from Thoman and you forgot what you ordered. I don't get so much of Thoman. It's Temu. I don't have as much money as you. I hate it when people make the tabs overcomplicated. I like playing in a box. I don't know. I mean, I did a video the other night. FCAT, you should probably watch, just like playing, and it was just it was just jamming with like 4 notes, and it's like, it's so much more impressive being able to play 4 notes well. Than it has been able to play hundreds of notes. Get a couple of notes good. Are you going for another good hour? I doubt it. No, it's coming to the end of it. No, I don't think so. Are we getting into ER? I don't know. I mean, if you're going to fucking entertain me, I don't know. What's it? I always want to sound like your favourite guitar chord. Get the tab. Do you struggle with stage confidence? Get the tab. Well, there you go. I mean, the thing is, I'm playing in the Black Sabbath band, right? And it's like, we are not playing the record. We are playing how Black Sabbath would have played if they'd done the record and they were able to do what we were doing and had the equipment we had. So I'm fucking putting my own thing on it all the way, but in a similar, in a complementary vibe, but not fucking copying in. As soon as you start copying, it becomes boring, and there's no way I could have been in a Sabbath band for this amount of time if we were playing them note for note. There's no way. The Twilight Sads new album was great. I've never heard of them. See when my thumb hits the low E and the A string on this D to it, it's like a shifted reality. Boom. Okay. But what's that 4-note solo? But it's just like there's so many things you can learn and learn sequences, but just to actually just getting the things right. You know, if the facts work or not, so you make a roll, you know, well, I've decided, I've done well. I mean, I've been in this house for 6 months, more than that, 8 months, and I've been smoking out the window in the kitchen, so that's just what I'm doing now. That's why I've been stopping the live streams at 10 o'clock, so I'm gagging for a smoke, like. I once bought a Patti Smith album because I loved Because the Night. Is Because the Night, I mean, is that not Stevie Nicks? The rest of the album was shit. Money wasted. Air flat, FCAT 1666. You have 666 in your name, but Black Sabbath just took late psychedelic rock and was more successful. No. Black Sabbath played with feel beyond what anyone else could do. Nobody, I mean, okay, Tony Iommi's riffs were amazing. We know this. Tuning Down, yeah, totally amazing. But the way Geezer Butler played the bass along with Bill Ward playing the drums, which didn't make any sense, they were kind of jazz and it was like an orchestra rather than a band. Partly due to lack of ability, but just like a pure mad approach. And the vocal lines that Ozzy came out with. Madness, but with 3 other people who could go, oh, Ozzy, no, don't do that, but I like that bit. People who would actually work together. That's why Black Sabbath is my favourite band of all time. Oh yeah, I know Andromeda, yeah, totally. Oh yeah, well, it sort of is, kinda, yeah, totally, but I suppose he did it first. But I think I love so much about Black Sabbath is it's like the Beatles. It's like over that first 8 albums, here's a Black Sabbath song that they recorded during one of these albums, right? But it was never released. No one's ever heard it before. You're totally going to be able to tell which album it's from. Or maybe you'll be one off. But you know what I mean? It's like, you know, here's a Beatles song. No one's ever heard it before. It's completely new. When's this from? And it's like, pure, well, obviously that's from Sgt. Pepper, or obviously that's from the White Album. You know, it's going to be fucking obvious when it's from. Black Sabbath are like that. AC/DC, well, it could be anyone, couldn't it? You know, bands that don't progress, but I mean, Black Sabbath fucking progressed ridiculously so. So it's maybe not just a case that they got it first and up to Paranoid. They would still have been huge if they'd just done Paranoid and then after that just kept repeating Paranoid. They could have done that. That's what that 13 album, which is shite. I don't like it because Paranoid was successful. Just do Paranoid again, but do it a wee bit different with different riffs, but basically do Paranoid again. Whereas as soon as they finished with Paranoid, they went, we can do more Master of Reality. Oh, it's like, we can do more Cocaine, Volume 4. Oh, it's like, right, I've got this guitar synthesizer. Let's get some orchestra in here. Sabbath, bloody Sabbath. Right, we're going to just destroy the world, do the best album ever, Sabotage. Then we're going to take just too much drugs and go too far. Technical Ecstasy. Get it right, make it your own. Well, how does this go? Yeah, well, that's the thing. But there's also an element of you can't just play your own stuff. I've heard that excuse a lot. I only play my own songs. What? I don't play anyone else's music. Right, so basically your own songs, I bet you, are going to be a total mash of minor and major chords and dissonant all over the place, and they're going to be fucking horrible then, aren't they? And it's like pure... Yeah, and it's like, I remember, I've got my own chords. Yeah, mate. No. Never Say Die one was like, I mean, I don't. There's a couple. I think. See if you take Technical Ecstasy and Never Say Die and made one album out of them, it would have been fucking brilliant. There's a couple of bits a bit shit. I don't know. Maybe not whole songs that are bad, but there's bits of some of them and you're just kind of like on both albums. I think Technical Ecstasy's kind of 2/3 good, and Never Say Die's maybe 2/3 good as well. So you could kind of pick and chop, and you would end up with a belter on an album. Don't you ever have to? Don't you ever wonder why? It's a part of me now. You ever will never say down. Never, never, never say down. Silver lining, writers on the wall, writers on the doorstep, welcome in the lies. Don't you ever have to? Used to be able to play that, but not anymore. Is a Roadstar 2 from 83 a good guitar? The chances are yes. There's some Roadsters I've liked better than other Roadsters, but currently, my favourite Roadsters that exist are my RG140 from 1986. My second favourite Roadster, it might be my pal's RS with the blade pickups in it, RS 430, 1984, which I played recently. It's really good, but I really like my RG530. It's really good as well. Yeah, no, it'll be amazing. Yeah, I would just buy it. I like stuff like the Fall Swell Maps, Durity Column and Wire. Never heard of them. Oh, this Smoke on Live just do it at the camera angle, yeah. Is that Fennec? No, it doesn't. No, this is a proper. I can't remember. Is it a 58? It's stamped in the neck pocket. These were before you got actual reissue guitars. See, have you ever heard of the Squire JV, which were Fender Japan's first ever guitars? It was basically they wanted to make the guitars that people wanted, like because they went to guitar shows. I mean, the Japanese went to guitar shows, the NAMM show or whatever, and people were pure going mental for the 60s Strats, and they're like, why are we copying the 1979 Strat when everyone wants this 1962 Strat? Let's copy the 1962 Strat. So that's what these are, even though they're actually Fender. It came down to, I think it's a 62 and a 58. I can't remember. I believe the 58 is a maple neck. This is a 62. Would that be right? I can't remember. So this is actually a reissue, a relic, if you like. Do you not play fingerstyle? I don't know, but I mean, it's like I've got this thing where I'm now playing clean through a jazz chorus. So I mean, it's going to happen, innit? I'm going to eventually end up playing fingerstyle. I mean, it's like I've got the ability beyond the point of if I don't have a pick, I can get away with it. But that's the only song I've ever been able to play with walking bass line. I mean, I can play the bass with it. I don't know. It doesn't look very cool though, eh? That's the problem with playing the bass. So the bass does have a problem with that. Yeah. Alright. Oh, pleased to meet you. You're not going to shake that person's hand, are you? I actually like bass guitars with less knobs and electronics, especially if you're using an interface. To be honest, since I joined the Sabbath band, I've been using the bass. I like a P bass, and I only ever used the volume control. I just had to tone it full. Now I've got a wee bit into the tone. Actually, if you look at my double neck, I've wired it up so that this is the bass volume here, but this is the bass tone, the one I can actually get to, because I actually quite like using the tone control on a P bass. It does a shitload. I mean, I'm sure. See if I was stuck with just a Strat, I would actually learn how to use the tone control for the neck and the tone control for the middle, use them properly. But just that I've got so many guitars and so many options that I'm not stuck with that. See if we were all stuck with a Fender Champ with a volume and a tone, we would use, like, see the Les Paul with the ability to blend the two pickup. We would use that shit, and you would use the two tone controls in the Strat, because that's the only way to get sounds. But now it's too easy to just use pedals. Hey Sloaney, that you home now? I'm just going to finish this bucket because I'm a dick. I saw that fall over. The bridge pickup on a Strat shite, eh? Actually, one of my biggest influences is JJ Cale. Just that kind of laid backish. I just love listening to it. I'm not saying I'm good at playing it. I just love listening to it. I just feel, see, whenever you're arsing about with these things, when you just mess about, how effective the tremolo arm is, but how difficult it is to actually master. It's not that good an effect for the amount of effort it is to make it work. Well done, Sonny. You managed it. I know it can be a tough fucking... It's shit going home, especially with the wind and all, and getting blown about. But there you go. Yes. Grab yourself a wee chalky biscuit. And then just look at yourself and just go, my God, why did I get all these tattoos? Oh, could have bought a guitar instead. Thumb and middle. I know, I mean, I totally get it. No, it's... I think that I'm never dissing anything, but I mean... honestly, it wasn't until the last 10 years, but I still played bass for 20 years using a pick before, and it was the wee, before I fixed the electrics, the wee Steinberger bass, and you couldn't plug it in, so I just had to play it sitting on the settee, and I just started playing it with my fingers, and it was so much more controllable. Total GG Kill. Yeah, well, I mean, that was it. I didn't mean that, but I mean, yeah, I love GG Kill. Oh. Under Master Cigar, just looking at the guitars. I let it slip this week. 2 Hondas that went for under 100, a Satellite Les Paul for 80, and a 70s Aria Diamond semi-hollow. That 70s Aria Diamond semi-hollow might have been there. Might have been something worth it. It's got your damage. It didn't. It's not damaged. It's just that this is it's not wood, Alex. This is a. So you can see that it looks like pure super. Look at the flame in that. Look at the. How can I move it like that? And the flame, you can still see the flame. That's because it's actually a photograph of fancy wood on the front and on the back. It's like a Fujigen and Fujifilm collaboration. So it's a basswood body with a photo of the most amazing flamey maple on it. And it's just basically a photo, and that photo went brittle and cracked from 1993 or something like that, this guitar. Fujigen built. It's a photo flame, yes. But it's not the photo flame with the photo. The neck's not photo flame, just the body. So it's an earlier one. Look quite normal with clothes on. It's just like, I don't look normal with clothes off. Definitely, yeah, totally. But that's not because I've got tattoos. Everybody's a bass 6 at once. It's yeah, I built one. I built a better one than the actual Fender. I bought I was using a short scale bass, but it had a wider nut than a normal bass. So instead of having a thinner than a jazz bass nut and 6 strings, it had a wider than a P bass nut and 6 strings on a Telecaster. It worked well. I don't know. Well, yeah, I think, to be honest, see, if you put baritone strings on it, it's more useful than it is as a bass. But that's where you come in. That's one of the reasons I put the extra switch. I'll do a video of the double neck to get that jazz bass and try to play it like a baritone, because a baritone is just a longer. So if you play kind of the bass, kind of on the thin 2 strings, kind of above the 7th fret, you get kind of a twanginess you can't get. Yes, it is a photo flame. I don't know if it would have been lovely. It's a real Fender Japanese Strat, though. It's got the neck on it, something else. The 7 1/4 inch radius and all that pure thin as fuck rosewood board. It's a stunner. Don't play the semi-hollows. I already have to talk myself that I'm a diamond, even though I knew it would be a good buy. Yeah, I've never stuck with a semi-hollow. I love the idea of it. Even the thin line Telecaster. I wanted a thin line Telecaster from very, very early on, because I thought it was cool as fuck. And I've never kept one, even though I did buy one for myself. I even came back from China with a thin line Telecaster, the best looking thin line Telecaster I've ever seen. And it was expensive. It cost 65 quid. And in order to pay for it, I bought the second cheapest Telecaster I could find. The cheapest one I could find was 30 quid. And it was 33 for one that had a mother of pearl kind of binding on it and a fancy neck join but it had the maple neck and the ashtray bridge and all that. So I think I paid 33 quid for that. And basically that guitar was fucking amazing. So I had to sell the thin line because eventually somebody bought it. One of you guys bought it. You're like, I'm not selling it. No, fuck off. It was like, I'll give you 250 quid for it. And it's like, all right. Catch you later, Joachim. Even though my Wonder Woman tattoo is Linda Carter, not the comic version. Well, it would have to be Linda Carter. Well, I knew you had some taste. She's a very well padded woman round about certain regions. Would you play a 3D? I'd give it a shot, man. Well, I don't know, I mean, yeah. Mano Maro, what does that mean? Buckethead. Mano Maro, Buckethead, I don't know what you're talking about. How many amps do I own? That's a good question. I suppose the amps I would count that I work. I've got the Orange TH30. I've got the Vaporizer. I've got the Sogtech MiG 50. I've got that PV down there, which is the same. Anyone want a Valve King 50 watt 2x12? It's fucking brilliant. Cube Street, Cube Mobile, Cube Micro, Cube Bass, a Marshall DBS 400 bass amp, and a Marshall 200 watt 80s 1x15 bass amp. There you go. Not really that interested in. Guitar solos, extreme guitar players. I don't know, but I mean, I've got to feel it's worth it. I do like that Antonio de Biswarquiac, whatever they're called. Those French guys, I found that quite interesting. I don't know. I like things to have a bit of a tune to them. Something, not a buckethead fan. I've never really heard it. Well, but I've never ever watched even Steve Vai or anything like that and watched him and gone. I've always been, there's a certain level of, it's like watching someone who can juggle. Not really into watching someone to juggle, but that guy is juggling 4 chainsaws. So, I mean, yeah, it's not really my thing to watch, but I mean, I've got to be impressed with that. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna fucking go to a chainsaw juggling show. But it's like, yeah, well, fair dues to you. But actually getting it when you actually get, when you actually enjoy it. It's half the player slashes. His signature battery. I do quite like the white, the all white Les Paul. Yeah, I do quite like the all white. KKKKK. I don't know about Steve Guy, KKK Steve High, but that's that Hydra one. I mean, yes, that is a thoroughly entertaining 4 minutes of video where he's playing the stupid double neck and he's written a piece of music to go on it. Yeah, totally. I mean, nobody else could have done that, and it was thoroughly entertaining. It's not something I'm likely to listen to, like Black Sabbath Sabotage, which I will listen to another 1,000 times in my lifetime. I will. Not going to be that, but I mean, it's still, yeah, no, well done. Repetitive, boring. Why is it Steve Vai being repetitive and boring one trick guitar pro? I don't know if I'd say that. Again, not that I'm a huge fan, but I like the guy. Are you talking about the? That's where it comes in when you're. If you're pure into something, it's like it's different. The first time I went to Download Festival, that must be nearly 10 years ago, and I went to Ozfest '98, and you got that music that was beyond music, and it was just that doesn't exist anymore because I now like it. There's a certain amount of getting accustomed to things. Bucketheads, I don't know, but I mean, just because I don't get it doesn't mean it's not good. Somebody must get it. And if it's cool, I don't know, it's like that whole, it's got the image thing. To us, it's like things can add on stuff like that. Antonio de Biswarquiac, whatever they're called. If they'd just been 2 guys with all the stupid outfits and stuff like that, I would still have got it and loved it if I just heard that without music. Same with Baby Metal. I mean, I got the first 2 Baby Metal albums long before I'd seen any videos or anything like that, so that wasn't part of it, it was just the music. And then when it got to see the videos, oh my god, there's 3 wee fucking teenage, what the fuck? You know, and the massive stage, it added to it. It wasn't part of it. Bucket List tried to be Slash, failed. So just I don't know, Slash isn't really very good guitar, sorry. But it's like, I don't know. Mind you, are there any? It's like I reckon if you were sitting there like up here and it was like, you know, one of these charades where I had to play the guitar like somebody, I reckon I could probably play it like Slash, so you would know that I was trying to be Slash. I'm not sure if I could. I don't know who I could have done that with. when it comes to the guitar player, being able to play thousands of notes in the right sequence and do Bach is very different from just knowing how to play the right thing. Actually, look at George Harrison's solos. His guitar solos are fucking amazing. I think there's an awful lot more that are better than it, but I mean, he was able to put a pure memorizable solo when he only had 2 bars to do it in a song, and he didn't have distortion yet. Microtonal, yeah. I mean, sort of, but I mean, it's not because it's microtonal. Because you can do the microtonal thing where you're... So I mean, all the notes are there to bend them. And to me, it's more just that sort of slightly out of tuneness. Maybe that's part of the reason I pure dig it. You may have seen a bottle of Bucky. I'm going to finish a whole bottle, so I'm fucking fucked. Give it up soon. I stopped all that shredding stuff about 2 years ago. It's boring as fuck. Well, what's the shredding stuff? I don't know. It depends. When do you define when shredding ends? I can't be bothered sitting learning sequences. But I'm very happy to just make shit up. And make mistakes. I don't give a fuck about making mistakes. Obviously. You need to trim your hair, look strong and stringy. It does. Maybe I should get it. Watch Slash play Hey Joe with Rock Roll Hall of Fame a few years ago with Steve Winwood and vocals. It may change your mind, possibly. I do like Steve Winwood. Steve Winwood is a total legend. I watched a thing me and my pal watched. This is probably about 10 years ago. It was Steve Winwood and Eric Clapton, like where they played some Blind Faith songs and stuff like that. And really, he just made Eric Clapton look like a right fanny. It's like you watch that and you go, Eric Clapton is mega famous and Steve Winwood is not because. Sorry. I don't know if it's Prince was amazing at bass and guitar, so I think about Prince selling on with the Muppets. It was quite funny. I don't know. I don't really understand Prince. I've never heard any of his stuff that stuck out and want me to listen to it again. I know it's disgusting, and I know Purple Rain's meant to be the best song in the world ever. I'm now at the stage of if it's on, I go, oh, is that Purple Rain song? But I still can't hum it. I don't like it. I don't get it. Sloaney, stop trying to out tarp. It's like that's what the tarp's for. Long at the back. Business at the front, party at the back. Yeah. This is just a clip-on thing at the front. Actually, the only hair that's real is the stuff on the back. It's just I've got it bare shaved in at the top. Didn't Prince have a few ribs moved? I had heard this thing. I'd also heard it was like looking up where the blowjob, where the blowy came from, and you're like that pure because there's not really very much blowing going on, or if there is, it hurts. So it's not really blowing. It's actually below. Yeah. Yeah, I think that might be our interesting factor tonight. So you know that it's basically a below. If you're from Glasgow, a blow job, not a blow. Because there's no blowing involved. You don't blow, that'll hurt. Well, no. I suppose, well, no, blowing and well, you know what I mean. So expect silliness this week online. I'll be doing some more crap and I don't know. And if anyone buys anything interesting, give me a shout. If anyone wants to buy, nobody want to swap with some guitars. Work out something. Anyway, cheers, love you all. Hey, dear Andy, sorry, I've just given up. I'm going to bed. Audio Felicio. Yeah. It's got to that stage where we're all tarping and talking about below jobs and all that. Love you all.